In low-income countries, the hit of this shock after shock, pandemic, the war in Ukraine, high prices, is felt most profoundly.
The Newsfirst Finance Report.
US commends Sri Lanka's progress on IMF program.
Sri Lanka's State Minister of Finance, Semasinghe, called on US Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Chung in Colombo, ahead of his trip to Washington for the IMF spring meeting. The ambassador posted on X, Sri Lanka has made great progress on the IMF program, and the United States of America hopes Sri Lanka can take the final steps necessary to unlock the next round of funding that will promote economic stability, foster growth, and improve the welfare of the people of Sri Lanka. State Minister Semasinghe posted on X that the discussion focused on Sri Lanka's economic recovery and importance of strengthening the way forward with the IMF program and collaboration with other stakeholders and partners. He said they further discussed the progress of the debt restructuring process, and the ambassador commended the government's unwavering dedication on reforms implementation to foster stability in Sri Lanka and reassured America's steadfast support to ensure economic stability, growth and debt sustainability in Sri Lanka.
IMF Managing Director says the world economy is doing better than expected.
The world economy today is doing better than we feared even a year ago. Growth is holding, inflation is going down, and the expectation that we will move through this phase of high inflation without recession, the so-called soft landing, is up. That also translates with better conditions for low-income countries. What they see is also their growth prospects improving. They see inflation going down, and some of the low-income countries see prospects of tapping into markets. But this, unfortunately, is not the whole story. Both globally, we are not yet done in the fight against inflation, and major central banks are not rushing to cut interest rates. In low-income countries, the hit of this shock after shock, pandemic, the war in Ukraine, high prices, is felt most profoundly. In fact, our analysis shows that scarring from the shocks in advanced economies and emerging market economies is less than we feared, but scarring in low-income countries is higher than we expected.
The president of the World Bank Group spoke on IDA resources for countries.
There are 75 countries who currently receive IDA resources, and they need the opportunities that we are talking about because they have all the problems. But policies and effort done the right way will be required for them to surmount their debt, the investment and trade paucity that we are seeing currently, some of the geopolitics and the fragmentation of the system, which goes against their chance for their time in the sun to come true. Right? So I think that's kind of the first part. 36 countries have graduated from IDA over the years. Japan, Korea, India. So there are great examples of countries doing well out of this and now becoming outstanding donors as well.
The Newsfirst Finance Report.